Very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Rakhta Mishra, and we are reporting live from the Abdullah Bridge just on the Jhelum River. And we are speaking right now from Srinagar. And as we continue to show you around that the life is coming to normalcy here. And at the same time, we will tell you that there is another update as far as the Pahalgam terror attack is concerned. In fact, before we go to the more updates on the anti-terror operations, first take a look at this fresh video of the Pahalgam terror attack that has now emerged. A fresh video of that attack has emerged, and we are just going to play out those monsters who in fact unleashed terror on innocent unarmed civilians. Those 26 lives that were lost, viewers. You can see on your screens visuals picked up the forces carrying out a wave of raids. In fact, joint security forces continue with their massive anti-terror operations. You've seen visuals coming in. Video shows the moment of attack where gunshots can be heard in this new video, and the tourists can be heard pleading for help. Right, my colleague Gursimran Singh joins us live from Jammu. Gursimran, well, this is the fresh video, another video, and there are multiple such videos that I actually depict that moment of terror and how innocents were targeted, that absolute state of terror and horror that was witnessed there in Pahalgam few days back. Tell us more details, please, about this, what we are seeing on our screens.
Rakshita, this incident has actually shattered the entire humanity. You have been reporting from the ground zero bravely for the last a week time, and you know that how the people are shattered over this incident, because it is not about that someone has been killed. It is about the people, those who have come just to have some time off with their families. They have been brutally killed by the Pakistani terrorists, and this 28-second video has emerged from that very Baisaran ground where this entire massacre has been reported from. It is from the northeast side, we are told, that where the photography stall was there, where the visitors, they used to wear this traditional Kashmiri dress to get themselves pictured. But at the time when they were taking the picture, all of a sudden they heard some gunshots taking place, and many of them, they were caught unaware. They were caught by the surprise, because they in never their lifetime have heard how the gunshots look like. They have seen, some of them must be in the videos or in the movies, but they were not have seen or heard of these gunshots taking place actually. So they were caught by surprise. Some of them tried to take the cover of this hanger that was having the clothes within it. They tried to take the cover of that to escape them from bullets, because they could not have thought at that given time that whether it will save us or not, but they want to hide from the terrorists. That is all it was in their mind. And in this video it is very clear. Many of them can be seen looking at the incident taking place, because they actually had no idea that what is happening. They heard some gunshots, and all of a sudden everything was in front of them. The terrorists shooting the people, innocent people. So they got no idea where to go, where to hide. So this is what this 28-second long video describes. Now the agencies are looking for the perpetrators. Even the officials we spoke to, they said that we are conducting the operations at a large scale so that these perpetrators can be brought to justice.
Right. We continue to, thank you so much, Gursimran, for joining us with those details. We now shift our focus to what happened in Pakistan today. There was a bomb blast that was reported from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa of Pakistan. In fact, this is being reported from the Waziristan district, South Waziristan district, viewers. It was a building of the peace committee, local peace committee, that was targeted, and it led to the collapse of a portion of the building, trapping several people under the debris. Rescue team and locals were undertaking the rescue operation. Injured have been rushed to the hospital, and some of them have been caught, and some of them critical condition. That's what we understand right now. A Officials say that evidence is being collected from the scene. Different aspects are being examined to trace those responsible for the blast. Pakistan witnessing a surge in terrorist incidents now, particularly in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan provinces following the collapse of the ceasefire agreement with the outlawed Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP) in November 2022. Viewers, we first saw what the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had in fact said on the Pahalgam terror attack. Then we heard another cabinet minister of the Karnataka under Karnataka government. Now we have a Congress leader once again going soft on terror, giving a clean chit to terrorists. We're talking about Tariq Karra, who is a Congress leader here in Jammu and Kashmir, and he says he's the chief, in fact, of the Congress unit here, and he said that there is no need to go to war with Pakistan. He says this at a time when those videos of the innocents being attacked, those victim families wailing, crying inconsolably, boils the blood of every Indian viewers. Listen to what Tariq Karra had said. He says that one should talk to Pakistan.
से जो पाकिस्तान वाला स्टेटमेंट दिया गया था उसके लिए आप क्या कहेंगे?
Don't try to misinterpret.
क्या कहा गया था, आप वो बता दीजिए, आपकी तरफ से क्या कहा?
Misinterpret. My tweet, my statement is self-speaking. You please consult that and please don't try to misinterpret.
सर आपके ऑन कैमरा तो एक स्टेटमेंट ही आया है, अभी क्या स्टेटमेंट आप वो बता दीजिए.
On camera भी है, प्रेस में भी है, सोशल मीडिया पे भी है, ट्वीट भी है. Just go through that and don't try to divide the country. मुल्क ने इस वक्त जो एक यूनानिमिटी दिखाई है, पूरे जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों ने जो एक यूनानिमिटी दिखाई है, all the political parties have shown their wisdom. Please don't try to vitiate the situation.
सर आपका क्या स्टैंड है, आप वो बताइए ना कि आपने क्या कहा. ये बात तो है ही नहीं कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टी
स्टैंड वही है जो राहुल गांधी जी का स्टैंड है, and he has said that we are with the union, we are with the government. Whatever the actions, no one has talked about the talks. So don't try to.
सर आप नहीं कह रहे टॉक्स के लिए पाकिस्तान के.
I have never said that. I have never said that.
So please clarify.
I have said. Whatever I have said, that is in the press, that is in the media, that is on my tweet.
So don't you think that it's an insult to all those who have lost their lives, those innocent lives, those 26 tourists?
If you are attributing it to me, then I am saying with very strong words that I have never said it, and don't try to vitiate the situation in the country.
Simple sir.
The country, you are trying to put words in my mouth. I am telling you no.
एक सिंपल सा सवाल, सिंपल सवाल है, उसमें गुस्सा होने वाली कोई बात नहीं है.
No,
सिंपल नहीं.
Please don't try to put words in my mouth.
आप इसी.
I have made clear this thing that if you want to see what is my stand, go to the statement, go to the tweet, and that statement is my statement is what.
स्टेटमेंट आपसे स्टेटमेंट ही पूछ रहे थे, आपसे सर स्टेटमेंट ही पूछा जा रहा था, आपका स्टेटमेंट क्या है, उसके अलावा तो किसी ने पूछा ही कुछ नहीं है.
Our statement, my statement is whatever I have reiterated what Rahul Gandhi ji has said, and he has said that we should be seen as in unison with the government of India. Whatever, don't speak about what and not what. And he has said whatever the government of India feels good for the integrity of the country, we are with the government.
एक आपका ही बाइट आया था जिसमें आपने कहा पाकिस्तान से बात होनी चाहिए टेबल पे.
Don't try to vitiate the. I have said what you asked. I have said it. So not beyond that. Not beyond. We have condemned it in the strongest possible words. Now don't try to vitiate the situation. I am telling you, requesting you again and again.
तो सर पाकिस्तान वाला कोई
No ifs and buts in it. Whatever Rahul Gandhi has said, entire nation is with that. Entire nation is with the.
Live on the broadcast for more Gursimran. Well, we clearly heard how earlier he was not able to even talk to Republic, but he is ready to talk with Pakistan, the perpetrators who have always backstabbed India and continue to bleed India.
Raksha, this is irony for some of the Congress leaders that actually they can bat for talks with Pakistan, but when asked some tough questions, they are not ready to speak to Republic. But see, they have to answer, and that is what at last Tariq Hamid Kara also did. That he said that it was not by statement, it was clear and on-record statement. But when he was pulled by the High Command, that see, this time we do not want to go to what we did in 2016 and 19, when it has been an on-goal goal we did by questioning the government over the airstrikes or the ground strikes that took place in 2016. So this time the Congress never wanted to get into this, but these kind of leaders, they have invited the trouble for the Congress party. But when pulled by the Congress top brass, Tariq Hamid Kara came, he said, see, you don't try to vitiate the peaceful atmosphere, or you don't want, you don't do this, do that. I simply asked him that you need not to lose your calm, you need to answer that what you want to say. I'm not asking you that why you said, first you answer that what you said. Then he was even not in a position to explain his that he said that we stand by what Rahul Gandhi said, and we asked him that what he said, you explain it. He said it's in my tweet and all. We said that it is completely understood that you have come out with a tweet, but the latest video statement that is there in a public domain, there you can only be seen saying that Pakistan se table pe baatcheet honi chahiye, and then he came that no, I'm not in favor of the talks with the Pakistan. That means these leaders of the Congress party, they need to be actually awakened. They need to be knocked on that see, you have gone the wrong way, you have to come the right way. That is actually what has happened in case of Tariq Hamid Kara, who was betting for talks with the Pakistan 24 hours prior, is now the one. See, I am not the one who has betted for the talks with Pakistan. So it is the course correction that the Congress party wants to do so that it does not fall for a poll repercussions, this statement of Tariq Hamid Kara. Rakshita.
Right, Gursimran Singh, thanks so much for joining us with those inputs coming in on that story. We will now shift our focus to what more as the Congress leaders are trying to take on a very pro-Pak or a soft on terror line. They are now witnessing backlash. They are witnessing backlash. Congress leader Siddaramaiah, he was at an event and he, in fact, was welcomed with black flag protest. And thereby, we saw how the Congress tried to control damage. It's in damage control mode. And then we had Jairam Ramesh, Congress MP, saying that yes, there are some leaders who are making such comments, but it's a personal opinion. Clearly, Jairam Ramesh, the Congress leader, was distancing the Congress from those leaders because they were not one, but it's a sitting chief minister also who had spoken on that. And they say that Congress party has nothing to do with it. Abhishek joins us live on the broadcast from Bengaluru. Abhishek, well, we see continuously that the Congress leaders have been making such statements, and we also saw that there is now a diktat by the Congress party leadership to all its leaders to not say certain things. Clearly, they're in damage control mode. And the testimony to that is that why are they doing it? Because Siddaramaiah faced that black flag protest.
Well, Rakshita, it is very clear that
All right, they seem to have lost their connection with Abhishek from Bengaluru, but we'll try and go to the other stories that we are right now. We have, in fact, a fresh, row. We are from a clip that is being shown to you right now as we speak, and we will continue to get you more on that, viewers. Our story, the other story that we're tracking. Under fire for advocating talks with Pakistan in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack. We have the Karnataka Chief Minister now being shown the mirror. He's in fact getting a taste of what the nation is now thinking, how those comments have in fact hurt so many people. They've hurt millions and billions of Indians who in fact are crying for those victims who have lost their life. They're shattered and they are now out. They want that there should be retaliation, that there should be revenge. Those innocent lives that have been lost, that blood that has been shed in the valley should be avenged. And there you have the videos, a fresh video that has come out as the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had in fact been shown the mirror. He was shown black flags. He faced protest. And then you saw that Congress was in damage control mode.
ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ.
And viewers, it's a major boost to India's air power amid the tensions across the line of control. And this is about the 26 Rafale fighters, 26 Rafale marine fighters. The deal has been signed for 26 Rafale marine fighters. And my colleague Niranjan Narayanaswamy will be explaining more to you how does this really boost India's arsenal, especially at this crucial juncture.
And as we talk about that big game-changing deal today, let's tell you how the Rafale M changer in today's day and time is going to be a shot in the arm for the Indian Navy, the game changer against not just Pakistan, but anybody who dares stare back at India in the seas. India's naval capabilities will get a big boost with the induction of the Rafale M. It's a fighter jet which is specially engineered for operations in the sea. It's designed with a naval carrier-based configuration. The Rafale M features crucial adaptations that make it ideal for takeoffs and landings on aircraft carriers. A reinforced airframe landing gear strengthens the jet to withstand the intense stresses of a carrier operation. A tailhook enables precise arrested recovery during carrier landings, ensuring quick and safe stops to short decks. To maximize the limited deck space, the Rafale M that we have today purchased features a folding nose section, allowing more aircraft to be stored on board an aircraft carrier without compromising readiness. It's built as a single-seat navalized structure. It offers optimal performance while integrating the complex avionics and systems necessary for sea-based missions. On the performance front, let's tell you about performance. When it comes to performance, the Rafale M is a game changer for India's naval aviation. Rafale M, powered by twin Snecma M88 engines, and the plane, the fighter jet, delivers unmatched thrust, reliability during demanding carrier operations. Its high thrust to weight ratio ensures superior takeoff performance in a mission, even with heavy weapon loads that the Indian Navy has been testing, and quick response times during aerial engagements. It's designed for all weather operations. The Rafale M is fully capable of executing missions in harsh sea and atmospheric conditions. It boasts of excellent maneuverability and agility, making it a formidable adversary in dogfights. We've seen that in the past between India and Pakistan, and a highly responsive asset during strike missions. Capable of achieving supersonic speeds beyond Mach 1.8, the Rafale M offers both speed, endurance, essential for rapid interception and long-range sorties over open waters. Let's look at the avionics. As far as the avionics is concerned, these are some of the aspects you can expect on the Rafale M, which we have signed. The RBE-2 AESA radar system equipped on the Rafale M. Spectra electronic warfare suite. These are what we will be getting in the Indian Navy. Front sector optronics integrated on the new Rafale M that we are now purchasing, 26 of them. Sensor fusion for battlefield awareness. This comes with the new jets that we will be purchasing. Helmet mounted targeting system ready. Now, the Rafale M, when it comes to naval aviation, is a state-of-the-art plane. Let's move on and get you some more breaking news update coming in. And one last point on the armaments on board the Rafale M, India's new feather in the cap on naval aviation. The Scalp EG precision cruise missiles, it's loaded with that. Exocet AIM-39 anti-ship laser-guided bombs compatibility, state-of-the-art. This is why countries like China and Pakistan are edgy about India's Rafale deal. A few years back, you will remember when India decided to sign the Rafale deal first with France. Many, even within India, launched a campaign against the Indian government questioning the Rafale deal. And they alleged corruption. It went up to the courts. Nothing happened. This is why the Rafale scares all of them. The enemy within as well is scared. The arms dealers are scared when it comes to the Rafale deal, because the Rafale is a capable jet that even China is wary of, and now Pakistan will have to be wary of. It's strengthened for short launches, advanced radar and EW systems. Some of the short headlines that to take away from this particular plane that we have signed with France: superior agility and maneuverability. And it makes it ideal for India's 2 aircraft carriers. And that is why this deal today is a big game changer for the Indian Navy. It's a 4.5 generation aircraft. Maximum speed Mach 1.8. Combat radius is 1,850 kilometers. The number of hardpoints on the Rafale, 13. Total external load capacity can carry up to 9,500 kilograms of payload. Engines, the twin Snecpa M28 turbofan engines. It's got several sensors fitted on it, all of them state-of-the-art, built for naval aviation. Some of the weapons that are loaded on the Rafale M: Meteor and Mica missiles, air-to-ground Scalp cruise missiles, Hammer and laser-guided bombs, anti-ship missiles loaded fully on the new Rafale M.
And viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this edition. Republic TV continues to report from several areas of Jammu and Kashmir and what is happening in Delhi, as there are back-to-back meetings to review the security situation and what is the next step of action that New Delhi will be taking. We will be continuing with more at 6:30. It's bye for now.